Hi guys, Alessio here, speaking today from Dartmoor National Park. As you can see, just an amazing view here behind me of Dartmoor National Park in just near Torquay, as a matter of fact, in the south of England. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening with the dumb money sentiment. By the way, I'm hoping there's not too much wind in my video, so I apologize if there's any wind disturbance in the video. Anyway, let's talk about dumb money. So take a look at this chart, and let me tell you what this is in just a few minutes. But take a look at the line on the chart. It's gone from the highs in February, crashed to almost zero back in March, and then it's gone back to over 100 just recently. Now you're probably thinking, well, what is this? Well, this, believe it or not, is the dumb money sentiment amongst money managers. Yes, you heard that correctly. The next time you meet a money manager or a fund manager, you know, these pompous guys, ooh, I went to Harvard and I went to Oxford, you know, and these money manager guys, show them this video, show them this chart. So guess what, guys? These guys who claim to be the smart money, but they're not, their confidence in the stock market crashed back in March, as you can see here, when the major markets crashed. As you may remember, stock markets crashed by about 34% back in the month of March. Well, guess what, guys? These money managers became extremely bearish and they sold and got out of the market at the worst possible time. As you can see here, guys, that line went all the way close to zero. In fact, it was definitely an extremely pessimistic region anyway. And as you can see here, pretty much all money managers, predominantly almost every money manager and fund manager out there, they decided to get out of the market. And as you can see here, guys, that was by far the worst time to get out of the market because that was the bottom. That was actually the bottom on the stock market. And here's the thing, guys, back in March, if you asked most money managers and fund managers what they think about the stock market, they would have told you, well, it's dead, it's over, we're probably going to see even more crashes, it's a depression, it's a pandemic. Yeah, so bottom line is, guys, these guys were completely wrong. That was the best time to buy. But here's what's interesting, guys. Most money managers now, the majority of fund managers are now all on the bullish side. As you can see here from this chart, it's now gone above 100. Yes, just recently. And it's not surprising because the stock markets have just recently made new highs. We've seen major rallies on the S&P on almost every major market out there. So it's not surprising to see these money managers now suddenly getting on the bandwagon. Oh, we're all bullish now. We're all extremely optimistic and confident now about the market. And yes, guys, once again, these guys are going to be proven wrong because once that correction comes, and a correction will come, a major retracement will be coming in the next few weeks, potentially as we get closer to US elections. And most of these money managers, once again, will be wiped out. And that, again, proves to us why these guys are always the dumb money. By the way, guys, that is how many brain cells money managers have. Exactly, a donut. Because they're as dumb as rhymes with duck. That's why, guys, we always say this, that it's important to do the opposite of the herd. We always do the opposite of the majority, the herd out there. Now let me show you this other chart, the second chart, guys. This is the chart of bulls minus bears. Now before we go into this, let me just explain to you what this is. This is actually a survey done by the AAII of individual investors. So this is not actually your fund manager or money managers, but these are individual investors. Now I showed you this back in the month of July. In the month of July, you may recall in my previous video, and that survey showed about 47 to 48% were bearish, but only a small number were bullish. I think it was about 23% or 25% that were only bullish. However, guys, the most recent survey made in late August shows that this particular group of individual investors are now actually, you can see there's an equalization happening between bulls and bears. Now it turns out only about 39% of individual investors are bearish and only about 32% are bullish. So as you can see, guys, what's happening is an equalization happening between bulls and bears. There's closing the gap between bulls and bears. And you can see from this chart, the bulls minus bears ratio, that this actually confirms this. We can see the bull minus bear ratio is rising, something that actually I wanted to see. I actually mentioned this in a previous video. I want to see this line rising. And we're getting, as you can see here, this line is now rising, the bull minus bear ratio, which is exactly what we want to see right now. So again, guys, remember, this is a contrarian indicator, okay? So whenever these guys get extremely bullish or when they get extremely bearish, it becomes a very good and reliable contrarian indicator. So that's why, guys, I think right now is a time to be cautious because so many of these money managers are extremely bullish. Bottom line is, guys, it's a time to be cautious. It's a time to be extremely aware. I personally think that we're getting close to that point. We're going to see a retracement in the market, a correction in the market. I think the closer we get to the US elections, potentially by October, we could actually see the beginning of that major correction, a corrective wave. My good friend Zach, however, has a different perspective. As you may remember from a previous video, Zach said that he does not expect a correction or retracement until after the election. Why? Zach believes that this rally in the market is not going to end until after President Trump has been re-elected. Now, that's his opinion. I have to make a video for you still on my predictions for the US election. I'm going to show you, in fact, it's not as simple as that. Hey guys, check it out. We've got a herd of cows here behind us. Don't follow the herd. Don't follow the herd. All right, guys. Anyway, thanks very much indeed for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video update. And I'll leave you with some fantastic images of the south of England and of Torquay. Cheers, guys. Bye now.